This job site, we're installing ionizers. It disinfects the air as it comes through the return duct. With COVID, we're doing everything possible to try to make as clean of air as possible inside of buildings, especially schools.
So everything in the school that has air running through it, which is everywhere, needs these kits. So it's a lot of work. Today we had up to 10 guys on this job site. It's pretty common on bigger job sites where there are other trades, whether it's electricians or fitters, to have upwards of 200-300 guys on a job.
We got carpenters involved, we got steel fitters in here, we have iron workers in here, we got concrete finishers in here. So everybody is in a skilled trade. We all look at each other and said, this is not a job, this is a career for all of us. And we do take this very seriously because we're looking in the future of there's going to be a lot more patients out here that are going to be getting sick and they need this hospital, and that's why we're here to build it. My job here is to do fire stopping. If a hospital ever goes up in flames, I want to make sure that they're safe and they can be taken out at a decent time. If it's a 2-hour firewall, we want to make sure that patient can get out in 2 hours. That's why we make sure that everything is caught.
In hospitals, they have a lot of fire barriers like compartments, so the walls need to be completely sealed. So the electricians are going through and the plumbers are going through and putting holes in the wall. And it's our job to seal those holes back up so in case of a fire, the smoke and the fire does not get through the penetrations or the holes that were made. And all these have to meet a certain code.
This was a good project for us. As you can see, all the lighting that you see that's more decorative, as well as some lights in the T building skywalk and the C building skywalk that are going to be on a program to change the lights as you walk through.
I've been working on putting up these new wall lights that they have here and skywalk lights for accent lights once you go across the bridges and they change colors. So that was pretty fun.
It should be something that people will talk about.
This building and the fortress building that we did was pretty challenging because they were dilapidated buildings, and I was in charge of all the structural repairs, putting the buildings back the way they were 150 years ago, and had to use the same materials and whatnot because they're historic buildings.
We're working on site work, so I have the excavators outside. They have some site fencing and issues that they need to be moved to do some site demo, so we're working throughout that exterior site work with them. And then you come inside, we have our foremans, they're running our crews, all the subcontractors are running.
One of the coolest things is working on this Milwaukee Soldiers home. It's a very historic building. From what it was, in the very rough shape it was abandoned for 30 years. And now it's seeing finishes going in it and how beautiful we have restored it has been really satisfying.
You just see it go from being super dark or super old and crusty to a hollow shell to, okay, it's in but it's not on, to, wow, that looks finished and it looks great. And now I can say I did that.
Found out a lot about other trades as I did get into the field. So many different things. You can do buildings, you can work with water and sewer, you can work heavy highway, and it's all construction, some people just don't think how many different avenues you can take.
Just doing stuff with your hands and knowing that you can do whatever you want to do. I'm learning how to do electric by talking to the guys on a job site. I'm learning how the process of roofing goes up. Every year you still learn something. I can't imagine doing anything else, to be honest with you.
Electrical is tied into everything. We are usually one of the first that's on a project, and we're usually one of the last to leave. And it interconnects with so many different things where you get to see the other trades do what they do. And so you learn a lot about those other trades.
What makes my job a great fit is it's always diverse and I'm always learning. I'm not the kind of person that can sit behind a desk, and I always like to tinker with things, so I get to do that all the time with work. There's new challenges constantly needing to be solved, and I really enjoy that aspect of it.
This is forever changing, so I like that. I don't like to be in one spot in a dark warehouse all day, so this is awesome. Get to be outside, all the elements.
I really enjoy the process of problem solving, going through the process and trying to isolate certain things to figure out what's wrong with it. I really enjoy that. That's really rewarding to me.
The most rewarding part of my job is when you finally have that light bulb turn on above your head and you get something and you don't need to ask for help anymore. You kind of just do it.
Being a part of the project, it's like an accomplishment, like, oh my God, I helped build that. You go around the city, you see some of these nice buildings, or it's like, wow, I'm helping build the city up. It's like giving back to the community. That's rewarding to me, to be able to say, wow, I was a part of that.